Aloha, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Ignite show on UPRN Radio. And this is Friday, April 26, 2019. Woo! Wow. Sure is an interesting week with a lot of nutty things going on in the United States. And so nutty that I thought, I think we need to give a little bit of attention to the earth. So that's what we're going to do, is do some energy work for the Arctic poles and the bees and the water elemental, and actually pray reptilians that are raping our earth and our natural resources, and put them in a position of harmlessness, which would also include Trump. And we'll cram in a little bit of energy work for Trump and do what we can to try to connect him to the creator. And he doesn't want to go there, which is his free will, that he's put in a position of harmlessness, which means he may retire. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, we can hope and dream, huh? All right, so go get your crystals. Why, she asked? Because the crystal is going to amplify our work. And if you can see behind me is my 1,000-pound earth keeper celestial smoky quartz crystal from Brazil. Name her Ela, short for celestial. And I'm talking while you all are getting your crystals, okay? Okay. And if you're in a group, then put a big crystal in the center, because then it's going to amplify everybody's energy. 10,000 times 10,000 times 10,000 times 10,000. Each person that's there. So have you pulled a group together? Now, if you haven't, come on. This is the time. This is, like 1 hour of service work. Connect with me. We'll, do our energy work. And the more people and the more groups that come together as one, the quicker we're going to quantum leap ourselves into the golden age of divine enlightenment. Because I don't know about you guys, but I am really sick and tired of hearing about Trump and Nazis. And what the crap is protecting Trump if it's not black magic? So that just means we need to do more work and more people that really want him out of office, because he's just really screwing everything up, not only for the United States, but everywhere around the world. And if say he's a puppet of Russia and Saudi and China, and pick a country that isn't very nice, and he's a puppet. Anyway, we really do need to do more energy work. But like I said, today we're going to focus on working with the Arctic poles and the glaciers, and of course working with the bee elemental, because we need them, and do a little bit more healing work on the water elemental, and then reptilians. All right, so everybody that's going to participate, I want you to get your crystal, sit straight up, put your feet flat on the floor, unless you're sitting in lotus position. Put your hands in your lap right now, like you're going to receive. And just start taking some deep breaths. Inhale light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you. And imagine that unwanted energy going through the violet flame octagon, and you fill up with your divine essence. So inhale light and exhale out everything in your body that just no longer serves you, anything dark and negative, old thought forms, what's gone on today that's dark and negative. Just release it as you exhale, and all that energy is going to go through the violet flame, and you're going to fill up with more of your divine essence. Now do that until I tell you to stop. So as you're doing that, I surround each and every one of you in a bubble of golden flame. I added that the blue flame of protection, the violet flame of transmutation, the green flame of healing, and I'm going to seal you in the pink flame of love. And we are going to invite all the angels, or guardian angels, all the masters and divine beings that work with you, and invite them in to amplify our energy work and to really create this circle, many, many circles, because I want you to imagine that we're in this huge stadium, big, 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 and it's full of like-minded people that do light work and want to help the world go into the quantum leap into divine enlightenment. We're all connected from our heart chakras. And in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine that you're holding people, their hands to the right, to the left. Like I said, we're forming many, many circles. And in the center, we're going to put this huge Earth Keeper crystal over 100 tons that's going to amplify our work. And we're going to do bubbles of light and put in the bubble the energy work that we're going to do. And I also ask that while we're going to do the energy work, you do some creative visualization and really, really imagine this happening in your mind's eye. So I want you to feel yourself. Take one more deep breath and exhale out anything left in your body that no longer serves you. And that energy goes through the violet flame back to God. And you fill up with more of your divine essence. Now I want you to feel yourself, your silver antenna, go up from the top of your head and reconnect to the Creator and feel all this incredible divine healing energy come pouring into your body. Blow into your chakra, your crown chakra, the top of your head. And I want you to allow it to flow through your brain. And as it flows through your brain, I want you to feel every cell, atom, molecule of your brain reconnect to the Creator and feel yourself become an even more expanded spiritual being. All right, now allow that divine energy again to flow and just pour through your body, go all the way down your legs, out your feet into the earth, down your arms, out your hands, down your spine. Feel yourself totally consumed in this bubble of light, in this divine energy that's also being sent to you. So now I want you to send divine light to the person on your right that you're holding their hands and feel that energy just go all the way around in a circle, in many, many circles. We're all connected through the heart chakra. And as that's happening, we call to all the gods and goddesses of light, past, present, and future, invite them on in to make this energy work as powerful as we can make it and really amplify what we do. Call to the elementals, air, earth, fire, and water to join us, the divas, all those sacred beings out there, all those people who are doing prayer work with their permission. They ask it to be added to the circle we're doing tonight. Now take a deep breath. As you exhale, feel that divine energy now flow to the left, forming many, many circles to the left. And as we do, the circle is now closed, so only that which is light may enter. We're going to ask that the trees join us and to take this energy and send it into the earth through its roots, so the Mother Earth remains stable and moves with divine intelligence. And see now the energy go out through the branches and really affect everybody, all life forms, in a very positive, divine, quantum leaping us into divine enlightenment way. Now we call all the rock stones, crystals, minerals on the planet, all the earth keepers, to lock into our big earth keeper in the center to amplify our work over 100 million fold. We call all the grids, ley lines, meridian stones, obelisks, pyramids, all the sacred and holy spots on the planet to lock in to this divine enlightenment circle. And I'm going to ask Mother, Father, God that everyone here that's working with us tonight and sending positive energy into what we're doing receives a healing, and that you guide us into doing that our will, but thy will be done. So be it. Take a deep breath and release everyone's hands. All right, so we're going to do bubbles of light in the center, and in these bubbles of light, we're going to put the energy work, and I'm going to ask you can feel that energy come down through the crown chakra and out through your upper chakras, which is your third eye, your forehead, your throat, heart, solar plexus. You can do them all, belly, button, root chakra. Feel that all go into the bubble. You can allow that energy to come out your hands and just direct it toward the center. And imagine forming this beautiful bubble of light. So in this bubble of light, we're going to put the Mother Earth, and I want you to imagine in your mind's eye, she's gently rotating. And we're going to put our attention on the Arctic poles and the glaciers tonight. So let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I call to Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, to go forth and remove all obstacles in our path. To divine creation, I call to Lord Shiva and Michael the Archangel to go forth and destroy all evil in our path or in the path of our creation. I ask that all old thought forms, ideas, concepts, and prophecies, past, present, and future, that's holding this energy work from manifesting, be dissolved by the violet flame and replaced with new possibilities. I call to the architect of universes, divine creators, and animals, insects, higher selves, oversouls, avatars, masters, guides, and angels, all gods and goddesses of light, our ancestors of light, all the old ancient cultures responsible for holding light on the planet, including the Aborigines, the Kahunas, the medicine men and women, the shaman, air, earth, fire, and water, all earth divas, all cosmic beings, all other life forms, all consciousnesses in earth, and other stars and planets and other galaxies, seen and unseen, to join us in helping us heal and repair the earth now. I ask for permission to quantum leap the world and all life forms and all planes and dimensions, seen and unseen, connected with planet Earth, into divine enlightenment, to let us go beyond our known potential into the greatest unknown golden age, the universes, worlds, and all planets have ever experienced. Let us take the best of all lifetimes, all golden ages, all worlds, galaxies, and create such a divine and enlightened planet that is even beyond the Creator's imagination. Imagine the Creator's laughing with joyful glee on this action we have put into motion with every breath we breathe now. And see it snowballing in your mind's eye, quantum leaping forward with every moment. We called all the rock, stones, minerals, and all the earth keeper crystals above and below the earth to now awaken, to reconnect themselves back to the divine and start to vibrate to the higher frequency of the divine, raising the energy and vibration of everything that is connected to the earth to the frequency of the divine creator. Let's anchor this energy to the center of the earth, radiating outward, giving special attention to the Arctic, Antarctic, and all glaciers, putting them back in balance. We ask that the crystals join us and amplify our work over 100,000 fold. Let's shift let this shift in integration be gentle, loving, and kind for all life forms of life, human and elemental. Now we're going to give a little bit of attention to the water elemental. We called Michael the Archangel and asked that the negativity that the water elemental has taken on be cut from the water, transmuted by the violet flame, and filled with much love as the water elemental reconnects to the Creator. Now let's imagine this beautiful divine healing energy coming down from the Creator and flowing into all water, whether it's liquid or frozen, in the form of snow and ice on the planet. We call the violet flame through the methane gas in all the waters, oceans, lakes, rivers, streams, and in our drinking water, to transmute that energy, healed with the energy of the angel light. Now we reconnect all the molecules and atoms that create methane gas back to the Creator. And to be neutral, to simply revert to healthy water, yet allow for the proper amount of methane. Earth needs to remain in the planet buried under heavy permafrost. We're also going to violet flame these areas that also produces, I know, laughing gas. It's not good, it's not cool, nitrous oxide. And call the violet flame through that and transmute it, and imagine it just calming down and getting colder in those areas. So that's sealed underneath the ground where it's supposed to be. And as we send this healing energy through the waters, we see it neutralizing all radiation, poisons, methane gas, chemicals, all toxins, and pharmaceutical drugs that are in it. This healing energy is also helping the water circulate so that it's at its perfect divine temperature. Now, I want you in your mind's eye to see millions of huge bottles of clean, pristine mineral water that are 10 miles high, 10 miles long, and 10 miles wide, and are inches apart from each other, all over the oceans and waters, including the Arctic and Antarctic oceans. See these bottles of pristine, oxygenated water, and we're going to place in them all the minerals, plankton, kelp, and whatever else the sea life needs to have to survive. See these bottles becoming sanctuaries for all sea life to go to. Now, we're going to command the water elemental to mirror the bottles of water. And in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine the ocean clearing up and becoming healthy and vibrant again with an abundance of flourishing, healthy sea life. We're now going to bury hundreds of thousands of frozen bottles of pristine water filled with minerals, along with a little sand in the snow on all glaciers and Arctic circles, and command the snow to mirror the frozen water. See the snow becoming very solid, magnetizing more snow to itself, and keep accumulating with the help of the sand. Now, the sand gives the water and the frozen snow molecules something to grip to. Now, we're going to allow the elementals to go back to their natural growth cycle and balance with the earth. And during the summer and the spring, which is now, we're going to place an invisible shield on top of the oceans to reflect any excessive sunlight back into the air, into the violet flame, transmute any excessive heat energy, allowing that energy to gently cool down and dissipate. Let's allow the oceans to keep at the proper temperature that is in alignment with the earth and with the earth's natural seasons. We ask that the ocean's soul memory of being a master builder is activated and reconnected to the divine, recreating nature's true balance and temperature. So now we're going to call to the mountain elemental and the air, water, and fire elemental that creates the jet stream to hear our requests. Call again to Archangel Michael to cut all ties and remove all overlays that are keeping you from working in divine harmony to help put the planet back in balance. As this energy is removed and you're set free from your dark restraints, call the violet flame to transmute any negative energy you've taken on back to light. We now reconnect you back to the Creator and fill you up with so much light. You remember your true natural state that is in harmony with the divine. For the mountain glaciers, we send this very cold energy. Starting miles beneath you, the higher up the mountain the energy goes, the colder it gets, allowing the water elemental to stay in true frozen form, being able to magnetize snow to it, turning that snow to ice and growing again, fulfilling your divine purpose of giving people and the planet the water it needs, as well as helping the planet stay in its proper temperature. As the wind blows up the mountain in the form of a jet stream laden with water molecules, we ask the jet stream to slow down to its natural speed that is in alignment with the earth. See the jet stream and water elemental work with the mountain by releasing this moisture to the mountain in the form of snow, which the mountain joyfully takes and creates more ice, and the ice grows. As the jet stream travels over the mountain glaciers, it goes right into the stratosphere, right to the Arctic polar vortex, and flowing in a perfect circle around the vortex that is in perfect harmony with the earth. Because the jet stream releases the water back to the mountain, he helps the Arctic cool down to the perfect temperature that is needed to be in perfect harmony with the planet. Now, in your mind's eye, we're going to give attention to the permafrost. Now, everywhere there is permafrost, we're going to send a very cold energy that keeps the temperature that stays at or way below 32 Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius. Now, under the earth soil, we see a layer of pure ice that forms under the soil and they call that segregated ice. And that forms at least 2 meters to 10 feet thick. Now imagine the segregated ice forming, and as the pore ice attracts more water, which freezes and attracts even more water, which creates that effect that they call chirosuction. Now, chirosuction makes the frozen layer grow, and the growing layer expands the soil even more, making the permanently frozen ground expand by 50% or more. So around all the glaciers, Arctic and Antarctica, see this happening in the ground. And we're going to send extra energy into the snow and ice so it can reflect more heat away and stay frozen. Now we call to the elementals that create permafrost, the water between the rocks, pebbles, loose sand, soil that allows the ice to easily form when combined, creating pore ice and all frozen rocks to work in divine harmony, keeping the permafrost frozen. We call to the older, deeper permafrost that is underneath Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. Now, the subsea permafrost that is more than 500,000 years old. And we're going to ask that it links up with all the permafrost on the planet, teaching them how to hold their form. And that all permafrost mirror the subsea permafrost. Now we're going to send energy to the continuous permafrost that exists on almost the entire land surface in Russia and Siberia. And areas with continuous permafrost often have permafrost layers more than 330 feet thick, 100 meters. We call to the deepest permafrost ever found in Siberia, a region in northern Russia, where the area in Siberia has a permafrost layer that extends over 5,000 feet down. We ask that this old, ancient permafrost communicate with all the permafrost, and again, to help them remember how to hold their form. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine temperature in these areas going below 0 Celsius, holding its form, freezing. All right, now we're going to work with the old and new sea ice in the Beaufort Gyre and the Fram Straits. So we call to the earth, air, and fire elemental to support the water elemental to work together in harmony to support the format of old ice that provides a basis of ice that creates everything it needs to support all life forms on the poles, so it may fulfill its missions, keeping the planet cool, yet allowing the water to warm up at the equator, yet cool in the Arctic, keeping the planet and all life forms in balance. We send you many blessings and grace for working with us, keeping the climate in balance. Now we're going to put energy blocks up in the water and air to hold the old icebergs from flowing through the Fram Strait into the ocean, keeping the old ice in Arctic waters so they can grow and mature. We're going to anchor the violet flame to transmute the CO2 gases around the old and new ice, and then see that energy expanding so it really encompasses the whole world and transmuting any excessive CO2 gases anywhere on the planet. And as that's transmuted, to see the air come clean and purify, and we're breathing this very clean, oxygenated air. Now we're going to send a very cold Arctic energy that is minus 25 Celsius through the old ice to help it retain its form. Call to the old ice, asking that your memory of old ancient ice is activated. So you remember your mission, holding your form, allowing yourself to magnetize to you what you need to grow. and allow the old ice to join together so it may heal itself and grow stronger, keeping solid frozen form. We ask that the old ice now to communicate with the new ice in the Beaufort Gyre, feeding it with the information it needs to become old ice and hold its form. And we command the young ice to mirror the old ice. Now we're also going to send energy into the water that will slow the ice from drifting out of the Arctic, keeping it in the Beaufort Gyre, allowing the young ice to mature, turning into old thick ice. See the young ice staying drifting in the Arctic for 5 to 10 years, growing and maturing. Now we're going to send an Arctic energy through the new ice that is minus 25 degrees Celsius, so it may hold its form and also grow thicker. All right, now we're going to put our attention on the glaciers. Now imagine in your mind's eye, Waits, Pine Island, Coracane, Smith, Pope, polar glaciers. Now these have some of the largest ice streams in West Antarctica, which are composed of large masses of landlocked ice that hold back even larger masses of ice, keeping them from sliding into the sea. So we're going to send a very cold Arctic air that is minus 25 Celsius into the glaciers to help them keep their form and grow. We're also going to put up this invisible crystal wall, keep them landlocked and in place. See the drainage patterns shifting from flowing streams back to swamp-like waterways under the Thwaites and all glaciers. Now this will slow the accelerating water rush toward the sea. See the swamp-like waterways filling up with more dirt and minerals it needs to grow again, slowing the glacier water from flowing into the ocean, thus weakening the glacier. See this forming in the cavity under the Thwaites Glacier. Now, in your mind's eye, put your attention on your Thwaites Glacier. Just act as if you know what it looks like. So there is this huge cavity that opened up under the Thwaites Glacier, and it's 6 miles long by 1,000 feet deep, and it represents the loss of over 14 billion tons of ice. So in your mind's eye, see this cavity refilling up with ice. See the 6 miles shrink to 5 miles, filling up with ice. Shrink to 3 miles, filling up with ice. See this cavity shrinking to 2 miles, filling up with ice, and really rebonding to land. See this cavity shrinking and totally closing. And the scientists is blown away at this major miracle that they can't explain. All right, now we're going to send this cold energy into the grounding line of the glaciers that stops it from shrinking. And that will also help accelerate the growth of the glaciers. Now, the grounding line is buried under 1,000 or more meters of ice. And this minus 25 Celsius energy goes through that ice, through the grounding line, becoming once again frozen ice. And around this grounding line, we're going to put up this big crystal wall to help it keep its form. And the crystal is frozen crystal. So this area stays totally frozen. All right, now we're going to give attention to the Brunt ice shelf. Now this borders on the Antarctic coast, the coast land between the Dawson-Lambton Glacier and the Stancone-Wills Glacier tongue. Now this is a combination of 4 glacier tongues cemented together by an icy mix known as melange. Now we're going to send the very cold Arctic energy through this melange so it becomes very solid, keeping the Brunt ice shelf from breaking off from land to become an iceberg. Send a very cold energy into the waters below the glaciers and see all the glaciers stabilizing, slowing down, starting far inland, going toward the ice shelf where the glacier meets the sea. See the ice shelves thickening and holding their form. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine glaciers stabilizing and growing. All right, we're going to fill this up with much light and love. And take a deep breath and release it. I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. All right, so take another deep breath. Feel that divine energy flow down, out your chakras, out your arms, hands, into the center, forming another bubble of light. In this bubble of light, we're going to put the heart military installation programs all around the world, especially the one in Alaska. So we're going to direct very high energy at the heart and any supercomputers that are heating up the ocean and interfering with the high and low pressure flows over the Arctics or anywhere on the planet. We're going to focus on all these computers and imagine that all the ones and zeros keep flipping, resulting in their total breakdown. And as they break down, the Mother Earth is allowed to go back into her proper balance. We're going to call to all the little earth elementals, the bees, the fleas, the flies, the snakes, the rats, the bugs, the mold, the birds, the wasps, the ants. Invite y'all in to the heart stations and get into everything, get into all the equipment. And as that happens, oh, let's put the CERN in there too. All right, CERN. And give the elementals all permission to get in there, to break it all down, break their computers down so they can't screw with the weather anymore, nor humans. And for all those countries out there that actually have weather machines, we're going to ask Michael, cut the ties between you and them and whoever created them, and fill them up with the violet flame, clean them up, angel light energy, heal them, and command them to be neutral, to only emit love. See them all breaking down so there's no more weather wars. And in your mind's eye, see the earth going back into balance. All right, we're going to fill that up with light and love and take a deep breath and release it. We give thanks for this opportunity to serve. All right, we're going to create another bubble of light, and in this bubble of light, we're going to put in all the bees in this bubble. And actually, the bees and all the insects, see all the insects on the planet, we're just going to let them recharge and regenerate and really get it together and, heal. But we're going to give attention to the bees mostly. All right, in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power, the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I called Michael the Archangel and asked that all ties are cut between the bees and all microwave technology, that people become aware that microwave technology and 5G is causing the bee colonies to collapse. As they become aware, they choose to use their cell phones, less shutting them off completely when not in use, or going back to landlines, with the understanding that we need bees to pollinate or over 40% of our crops. We surround all the hives in a protective energy shield that keeps out all the microwave energy. We send energy to all the bees and ask that their DMT is enhanced, and as they're reconnected to the Creator, we see the bees becoming more focused and at one with each other, as the queen bee is inspired to what she needs to do to hold the colony together as one functioning unit. We send a mild grounding energy to the bees so they become more centered, allowing each worker to do their jobs in harmony with each other. We violet flame all the propolis to clean it up. And as we reconnect this to the Creator, it acts as a protective and antibiotic for the bees, so they become healthier every time they come in contact with it in the hive. We ask Michael the Archangel to cut all ties to all mites the bees may have taken on that's making them ill. We violet flame these mites to clean up their energies, reconnecting them to the Creator. Now we command them to be neutral and die off, which allows the bees to become stronger and healthier. We ask that the bees are now inspired to go where there are no GMO crops, instead being guided to healthy plants and flowers. We see people growing more organic herbal gardens for the bees that will enhance their immune systems. We see people being inspired to leave out fresh water for the bees, planting red and purple flowers that bees really enjoy the vibrations of. Call the higher selves of all the beekeepers, asking that they now practice holistic beekeeping, leaving the bees with enough of their own supply of honey so they can feed themselves with the fruits of their own labor, not using pesticides on the bees to kill off the mites or any other health issues they have, instead growing healthier crops, giving the bees time and trusting that they will develop a natural immunity resistance over the multiple generations with their new organic farming methods that we're now asking the divine to inspire them with. Let's send energy to the queen bee that will inspire her again to hold the hive together in harmony. Now we're going to send energy to the bees' life force so they become healthy and they multiply. So we're going to give thanks and send out much love to all the bees for everything they've given us, and fill them up with light. In your mind's eye, come on, see the bees. And keep filling them up with light and light and light and divine light. And now we're going to bring in all the insects. See them all recharged, regenerating, healthy. Guys, we need insects. Insects feed the birds, they feed the fish. So, see in your mind's eye, insects regenerating. All right, we're going to fill that up with light and love and take a deep breath and release it. I give this thanks for this opportunity to serve. Now we're going to give more attention to the water elemental and all sea life in it. Okay? So I'm going to create another bubble of light, and in this bubble of light, I want you to imagine the world and the water elemental. So let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power, the sacred fire vested in me, I command. Call to Michael the Archangel and ask that all negativism that the water elemental has taken on be cut from it, transmuted by the violet flame and filled with much love as the water elemental reconnects to the Creator. Now let's imagine this beautiful divine healing energy coming down from the Creator and flowing into all waters on the planet. Let's ask the earth, release all kinds of healing microorganisms into the seas. And as we focus on the ocean, let's see the healing energies of earth and divine merging into one energy, recharging all plankton, then flowing into the coral reefs. As we send this healing energy into the coral reefs, we ask the Creator to put the spark of life back into the coral reefs on the planet. And now I want you to imagine in your mind's eye all the coral reefs coming back to life and flourishing. And from deep below the surface, coming up from the surface, we're sending a healing energy. So it affects all the sea life and recharges them, all the plankton, all the creatures we don't even know that live down there in the sea. Now see this healing energy go through all the waters. It's going to neutralize all radiation, poisons, methane gas, chemicals, all toxins, all pharmaceutical drugs that are in it. This healing energy is also helping the water circulate, so it's at its perfect divine temperature. You see this healing energy neutralizing all out of balance sound, including all sonar. We trace the sonar energy back to its source and cut the ties to all computers, machines used. Violet flame them to clean them up, angel light energy to heal, fill them up with love. As we reconnect them to the Creator, we command them to be neutral by breaking down regularly or just stop functioning. We're now going to send a peaceful white noise through the oceans and waters on the planet. Now let's imagine now all this healing energy surrounding all sea life and see them reconnecting to the Creator so they can fulfill their divine missions and be healthy. We're going to send out special telepathic thoughts to all sea life, dolphins, whales, sharks, mantas, all sea life to be guided where there are water sanctuaries to heal and be safe. We see the violet flame blazing through all sea life to help them transmute all chemicals, radiation, toxins they may have ingested all the way down to the DNA. And as all sea life and reconnected to the Creator, we ask the Creator to awaken all sea life's blueprint for perfect health and put it into effect now. Now let's put our attention on the Gulf of Florida or any water that has had oil and chemicals spilled in it. We ask Mother Earth to release lots of microorganisms that are needed to eat up the oil and chemicals that were dumped there. We see people being divinely inspired with new thoughts on how to clean up the oil spills. It's very easy to do with no cost involved in using Mother Nature's gifts to clean up the mess. We ask that all who live there are filled with lots of strength, courage, and divine inspiration on all the natural ways they need to heal. May they receive all needed medicines for free, along with all legal means to take the government and the companies responsible for this pollution to court and win. We again call the violet flame through these water areas to transmute our dark energy. The water elemental must mirror. See lots of energy going through the North Atlantic current. Keep it flowing so it will help our planet keep at its perfect tropic temperature. Call the violet flame through the methane gas in all water, oceans, lakes, rivers, streams, men are drinking water. Transmute its energy, healed with the energy of the angel light. Now we reconnect all the molecules and atoms that create the methane gas back to the Creator. We command them to be neutral. Simply revert to water. Yet allow for the proper amount of methane the Earth needs to remain on the planet, in the planet. And again, in your mind's eye, I want you to see hundreds of thousands of huge bottles of clean, pristine mineral water that are 10 miles high, 10 miles long, 10 miles wide. They're inches apart from each other all over the oceans and waters. Inside these bottles of pristine oxygenated water, let's place all the minerals, plankton, kelp, and whatever else the sea life needs to have to survive. See these bottles becoming sanctuaries for all sea life to go to. Now we're going to command the water elemental to mirror bottles of water. See the ocean clearing up in your mind's eye and becoming healthy and vibrant again. An abundance of flourishing, healthy sea life. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to picture the dead zones in the ocean. We're going to put these clean, pristine bottles of water there. We're going to command that water elemental now to mirror the clean, pristine water and see the water elemental coming back to life. We ask the angels, devas, and all cosmic beings keep all the radiation junk that is floating in the ocean from Fukushima off all shores and sent into a newly created black hole that will take it off our planet now. All higher selves of all the nuclear operators to reconnect those beings back to the Creator as they awaken. They stop releasing radioactive waste into the oceans, become filled with divine inspiration on how to correct the nuclear challenge, which is put into action. We need the higher selves of TEPCO and the Japanese government put their egos aside and call in help from all countries. Call the Goddess of Truth, bring up all that is hidden to the surface so we can see clearly what is being done. Let all the people who are running these nuclear plants and trying to repair them, again, put their egos aside and allow outside help in. And see people from all over the world and have practical working solutions be invited to Japan. And if it's for the highest good of our planet, put those solutions into actions now. We call to the Goddess of Justice to wield your sword, and if it's for the highest good to send those that create this mess all the karmic return they deserve now, then so be it. I ask that their karmic return is amplified over 100,000-fold, and if it's for their highest good, I ask that all their income is taken from them and sent to all the people they have harmed for their health care to replace lost incomes, as well as clean up the planet. We see all magic, found these people responsible, removed, so they're brought to justice, along with all energy veils and visibility and protection removed, gone. The acid all veils that are keeping humanity from seeing the radiation challenge of Fukushima and all nuclear plants are removed from them, and as they're reconnected to the Creator, they become awakened conscious beings that are given the divine solution to solve the world's nuclear problems with love and staying healthy. All right, we're going to fill this up with light and love and take a deep breath and release it. All right, we're going to create one more bubble of light, and in this bubble of light, we are going to put Trump and his family. How's that? In the center. So imagine Trump. I know that's a hard one. Just imagine him as the Trump the blimp, or Trump the toilet brush cleaner. I got one. I got a couple, and I do enjoy using it. And the rest of his family. All right, we're going to put him in this bubble of light. Let there be light. In the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command all the crystals in Washington, D.C. to amplify light and transparency everywhere in the capital. We ask the Creator to remove all energy overlays that's keeping the public from seeing all the unnecessary expenses that the Trump family is creating, that the public is paying for. See the mass general public. Demanding Trump either stop going on his many vacation trips to any of his golf courses, including Mar-a-Lago, or pay for the trips himself, no longer using taxpayer funds for his golf trips or his Nazi rallies. See Trump having to pay all this money back to the taxpayers. The acid all veils and overlays are protecting any of Trump's kids, wives, or ex-wives from the public's eye, and receiving really justice are removed now. Let all their plans be brought to the surface in a way that Congress, Senate, and the New York Southern District Courts take action and strip them all of the power they've been given by Trump to be replaced with someone with international experience. Remove all protection magic that is protecting them from jail time for all their illegal practices of making money from the president's office. See all the appropriate state prosecuting attorneys pursuing the Trump family for all their past and present money laundering schemes. Let them be given prison time for all their treasonous actions. We ask Trump's higher self to release his hatred of anyone that is not white, going backwards and forwards through hundreds of thousands of his former lives. See all Trump's mob ties being severed and transmuted by the violet fire, so Trump can no longer pull from that crime syndicate energy, whether it's Russian, Saudi, or American. Let all Trump's mob secrets be brought up to the surface and revealed to all, allowing real justice to step in. Let's remove all magical overlays of protection around Trump so there's complete transparency on everything he does, including how he sexually abuses children and women. Let's send energy to all those women Trump has sexually abused in the past and present, along with the energy they need to come forward to speak truth and be protected from Trump and Trump's followers and win in court if they choose to go down that road. Call the higher selves of everyone in the United States to realize that Donald Trump and family are a national security threat. They ask that every American, they need to demand that their representatives, judicial and elected, stand up and insist that the Trump administration be suspended until the Mueller report is seen in its entirety. They ask Michael the Archangel to remove all overlays along with cutting ties and binds that Bill Barr has to the New World Order, Trump, and the Catholic Church that is keeping Barr from releasing the complete unredacted Mueller report. If Barr can't do this, which is his free will, we ask angels to encourage many whistleblowers to leak this info into the general public and all newspapers. Called Archangel Michael to remove all overlays of magic that is keeping the Congress and Senate from standing firm, putting Trump on presidential timeout, which means in this case, impeach to remove from office. Cut all ties and binds that Trump has to the KKK, Nazis, and all white nationalism, and the Nazi racist Stephen Miller, Bannon, Gorka. Let's call the violet flame through all this energy to transmute all hate. See how Stephen Miller, Trump's immigration plans falling apart, as well as Miller being removed from his office in the White House. If Trump has Hitler's genes, bloodline, we now cut those ties to Hitler, the past, and violet flame, all that energy, replacing it with light. We ask Trump's higher self to now let him reconnect to the Creator so he becomes an awakened spiritual being who now knows better than to hurt or harm. Again, if Trump refuses, which is his free will, we ask his higher self to put him in a position of harmlessness now. Let's tie and bind the God and Goddess of war and chaos and all chaos magic attached to Trump. See the chaos magic neutralizing to Trump to nothing, having no power. See all of Trump's evil programs being reversed and repealed. See Trump's barren tax be repealed and replaced with the tax rate from 2018. See Congress and Senate making Donald Trump show his tax returns. And if anybody stands in his way, they exert his power and these people get jail time. Let's call Ganesh the remover of obstacles to remove all blocks that's keeping Trump's taxes from being released. Let all the truth come to the surface as Mnuchin becomes conscious that blocking Trump's tax release is illegal and he can go to prison for his actions. See him releasing this info now, or Nadler coming up and putting him in jail. Do it. See all satanic magic that is keeping the Trumps in power be neutralized and turned to nothing. See all overlays of Nazi evangelical magic removed from Trump and his family. Time for Trump to be impeached and all his family members removed from office, including Mike Pence. Replaced with a human light worker now. Fill that up with light and love, and we're going to take a deep breath and release it. Wow, that's it for tonight. Don't have time for any more, so we're going to close it, and we are going to do 3 ohms. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. So be it. And I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. All right, everybody, ground, ground, ground. You got the hematite, go grab it, put your crystals down, put your feet flat on the floor, and feel that earth energy come on up. And as it comes up, your legs, feel yourself becoming more centered, more back and body. I know you're going to be high after the show, and you need to ground a little bit more. So come on, just put the coat on, take 2 minutes, go put your hands out on a tree, send all your excess energy into the tree, and then feel that tree grounding, sending energy back. Ask the tree to send you energy back, and you will ground. Wow, how easy can that be? Well, thanks for tuning in tonight. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Lightning. Yeah, I gotta slow down just a bit. Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show on UPRN Radio, and this is Friday, April 26th. See you next week, same time, and we're going to do more energy work. The Earth certainly needs it, and I think next week we might do a little bit of chanting, calling down divine enlightenment and re-anchoring it to the Earth. It's really spiritual over time, guys, don't you think? Get your crystals. If you don't have one, go to your local rock shop and go buy one. It doesn't have to be an expensive one. Get some hematite. Help you ground after the show so you pull totally in body and you're conscious. Now, it is on me. I don't want you to have an accident or anything after the show. It's my karma. So, ground a little bit more, please. Get a group together. Let them know we're doing energy work so we can really, really make a bigger difference on the planet. We are fighting the Nazis. The Nazis did satanic magic. Okay? We need to get off this Nazi timeline. So, during the week, if you want something to do, you can chant, may divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. And just chant that over and over and over. Or tweak a little bit. May divine enlightenment descend on Trump now. May divine enlightenment awaken within Trump now. May divine enlightenment descend on all Nazis now. May divine enlightenment awaken within all Nazis now. And it's really great if you can say it 3 times, each stanza 3 times each. And it's power of the spoken word. And, the more energy you put into it, the quicker this is going to manifest. And I don't know, I'm over this crap, okay? I got great grandkids I want to enjoy. I got grandkids I want to enjoy. I got kids I want to enjoy. And I want them to have happy lives, and I know you do too, and that's why you tune in. So get a few people together. Let's do some energy work. Now, next week, I'm going to get back into my routine of Monday, we're going to do chants and anchor divine enlightenment to the planet. I think Tuesday, I haven't done Fukushima Radiation Tuesday in a while, and I probably can find a few things to talk about. And Thursday, we're going to get back to doing energy work for the planet and climate change and stuff like that. So if you want to do a little bit extra, I do that on Facebook. Also on my YouTube channel, Cathy Bilsky, all my shows go up there. Although if you want to see me visually, you got to go to UPRN Radio, and they've got the visual. So if you want to see that, subscribe, okay? If you want to listen to me, subscribe. But on my YouTube channels, I also have all my dolphin videos up and all my really cool fish videos that I've taken. I love underwater photography. I live in Hawaii. And I also have curse removal, energy, soul retrieval on there if you're in need for a spiritual tune-up. And you can always call me at my store in Hawaii, Cathy's Angel Light Crystals, Miracles, and Joy, at 808-775-9400. If you're in need of any crystals, angel light tools, hematite, I'm a rock shop, healing center. If you need energy work done, want to make it a little bit more personal, call me. And if I'm not in, I do have an answering machine, and I do my best to call back. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. And thank you again for tuning in. And I hope to see you next week. Make sure you got your crystals together and grab a couple people. And let's get these groups together and really amplify light even more on the planet than we can. We even thought we could, because we can. All right. Aloha.